Hello beautiful souls. Did you make it to part 2? I'm not sure why the videos had to be broken up this way, but I think it has to do with being able to pass certain checkpoints as I bring this to you. I have a feeling that there will be extra parts down the line too, but for now there are 2, and this is the initiatory kind of knowledge that I get to bring forth for you today. Thank you so much for being here. I am blessed and humbled to be able to bring this information through, and honestly I feel so much lighter and clearer and more energized being able to just let this move through me and not sit on it anymore. So thank you for being here, thank you for being conduits, thank you for being part of this collective and part of my team. It's a friggin' awesome team to be part of. Okay. We ended our last session by explaining to you that there are souls growing on this planet who are new energy, who hold new energy and are bringing that new energy forward into the universe. We do not understand exactly what this means for the universe. Is the universe out of balance now? Have we channeled and pulled energy through from other universes? Where does the energy come from? Is source this universe, or is it multiple universes with multiple sources? And is there therefore one true source? These are questions that even we do not know. The information is within all of us, and it's something that anybody, no matter how dense or how fractured a soul, or how high vibrational, how all-seeing, can access. It's something that is felt within us, something that is experienced but never truly known with a full stop. There are truths but no truth, you understand. We guard this knowledge because the frequency of pure new energy of infinity plus 1 is highly attractive to those who would feed off of it, for those who would corrupt it, for those who would try to snuff it out. We will not go on to those points because those timelines are well beneath you at this point, and we do not want to place our attention and manifest that back into our reality. Rest assured that this information is only coming through now to you because you are able to hear it, because you are safe and protected, because we understand that you are at a high enough vibration that you are now too quick to be caught. Who are you, therefore? You are volunteer souls from these major galactic systems, including Super Galactic Center. Most of you are descended from or protected by the 4 archangels mentioned in the book of Revelations, the Watcher of the North, the South, the East, and the West. You know these beings as Archangel Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. Kelly has seen in your charts already that most of you, as part of the 144, will actually have the numbers 144 in your natal charts, and often with a connection to Archangel Gabriel. However, Kelly has not yet been put in touch with those who are connected to these other archangels. You are all being protected and watched over by all of them. You are part of a grand experiment and awakening that is not just one mission, but intersecting with many. Therefore, you are part of many alliances and coalitions, and you are divinely blessed and guided and looked after by all manner of gods and goddesses, elementals, extra-dimensional beings, extraterrestrial beings, and loves and ancestors from all over your lineage, both soul and physical genetics. Most of you being spoken to through Kelly are Lyran or Pleiadian, but that is not true for all of you. There are beings of the 144 from everywhere. It is only that Kelly has a direct through to the Lyran lineage because that is hers, and so she may have a bias thinking that all 144,000 light workers are Lyrans, but that is not true. We are from everywhere. It's just that many of you are Lyran or carry Lyran missions because you are in Lyran bodies. Yes, your human physical form is a culmination of many species across the galaxy and is its own unique being, but the original makeup is Lyran more than anything else. You came to this planet already whole, in your golden light already activated. You formed a grid across the planet and places including Atlantis and Lemuria, Egypt and Sumeria. Some of you in the oceans itself. You came here as priests and priestesses. You came here as shamans and way showers. You were ascended masters on the planet. Your mission at this time was to seed the knowledge, to plant it into the earth. Most of you were persecuted in these times, and you learned a lesson quickly that it was unsafe to be seen. However, you did your work. You kept the information of your galactic history and your potential, the goldenness of your whole completed being, in crystals, in your DNA, in these lineages, in the fabric of the earth itself, in the flora and fauna. And when we say that country speaks, what we mean is that it is whispering back to you messages that you hid within it. Therefore, this time, you've incarnated as ordinary people. You are plants in the audience, going about life seemingly ordinary until you can awaken and stand up from the crowd and reveal yourselves as the high priest and priestesses who needed to go about learning a human mission, being in a human body, making contacts in the normal world until you could rise up and be seen and share what you know. Even though sometimes your ordinary lives have seemed painful, as many of you have been taking on karma associated with your ancestral lineages, and also have experienced much soul fracturing in the process of reincarnating here and in the galaxy many, many times. Please understand that these lessons were necessary, not only so that your soul and the body itself could evolve, but so that you would be kept safe. Nobody was looking at you or paying you much attention in the early years. Yes, there were those around you who recognized your light. Yes, you were bright, and yes, it attracted both those who knew how special you were and wanted to honor you, and those who knew how special you were and would take advantage of you. This is unfortunate, but from a bigger picture perspective, you were protected from those who would have enslaved you, who would have murdered you, who would have made sure that your light never got a chance to brighten this planet at all. You are now connecting and unlocking and opening those messages that you seeded on the planet all those thousands of years ago. For some of you, it was 100,000 years ago. For some of you, it was 12,500 years ago. And for some of you, it was 2,000 years ago. These all represent nodes in the awakening process for humanity. And you've all picked your points in time, if not all of them. Therefore, do not see the ancient knowledge that you seek as something beyond you. Do not see it as something that somebody else has left behind to be discovered. You are the one who left this ancient knowledge behind. Do you understand? You are the authors of these sacred texts. You are the angels who brought these messages down to earth. You are the ones who shared these teachings, who propagated this love and this frequency on earth in the first place. And now you have come back to remember your task and what you have done. You are the ancient ones. You are the ascended masters. You are the ones who came to this planet here to share a message. You played the long game. Those people you look back to in history and thank, sometimes idolize, or even worship. Those ones you look to and say, wow, if only I could emulate them. What would it mean to you if you understood that you are them? What would it mean to you if you understood that you deliberately forgot who you are so that you could be fractured, so that you could be protected until this exact moment in time when we activate you now? You are activated now. Now. Feel your light switch on. It may feel first like a golden glimmer in your heart. Allow it to expand. Allow it to take you over. Allow the light to stretch out and breathe and encompass your entire body and your soul. Allow all the fragmented pieces of you, the scales, the Rubik Cube pieces, allow them to click neatly back into place. It is that simple. Your circuitry naturally wants to be whole and in harmony, just like a mandala that takes form at the right frequency. You can choose simply to relax and let yourself become whole again. It is not more complicated than that. Remember, you are the masters, and this confusion and chaos was only meant to be temporary. No one was ever broken beyond repair. That is impossible, and we would not have wanted to do that to you anyway. You would not have signed up for that because you're always meant to be activated at this point in time. The 144,000, even though there are more of you than that in number, and fewer than you than that in terms of the original volunteers, all of you are connected. All of you are telepathically connected. All of you are empathetically connected. You recognize each other when you see each other. You become stamped with the numbers 144. When you have the soul memory of a person, it is often because you are also part of the 144. That is not to say that you do not have karmic soulmates and other memories from past lifetimes, but the strongest connections will be with those who share a mission with you, even if they seem different to you at first. Those of you who are also twin flames are experiencing an accelerated awakening in terms of what this connection means, but it is also something that you have with all of each other. When you're able to be in somebody else's head and feel what they feel, this is a sneak peek to what oneness feels like. You all in your connections with each other, as your chakras activate and harmonize in frequency with each other, are beginning to understand what it actually means to be telepathic, what it means to be teleempathic, what it means to be different bodies sharing a singular collective soul. Yes, you all have different soul colors. Yes, many of you are from different frequencies. But what this connection is doing, some of it natural and some of it forged through this mission, means that you are understanding the essential oneness and connecting through the quantum field. Allow yourself to experiment and play with this. Allow yourself to feel the quantum field and know what it is like to stretch your hand out into the space and be able to, just in front of you, feel the fingertips of someone thousands of kilometers and miles away. This is your superpower with each other, and it is something that you will be able to bring to the wider population once you have mastered it within your own groups. This is the key to ascension. It is collective. It is not singular. If it took but one soul to ascend, for all of us to ascend, the job would have been done thousands of years ago. Therefore, work together, connect with each other, and you are doing this all naturally anyway. We applaud you, and remember to reach out to your networks and contacts for help. Continue to see those around you leading the way as your equals and peers. The only difference between you and somebody making their gifts part of a service or offering is that they may have felt more confident to step forward first. But they do this with an outstretched hand, as there is room for all of you in this field. There is no such thing as competition. You all need each other. You are all bringing unique gifts to this collective, and you are all anchoring in this high frequency. If there is a passion within you that wants joy, that wants speaking out, we implore you to step out now and do so joyfully with the spirit of freedom and love in your heart and soul. Let it move through your voice and let it touch others who need to hear your message, who need to see your gifts, who need to feel your warmth and embrace. We use the term twin flames only because it is a term that you have used on this planet. What we are really talking about is a merging of masculine and feminine polarities. Many of you are already doing this on an individual level, and it is not necessarily the case that twin flames are polarized as masculine or feminine. Everybody is a mixture of both. It is only that you will be mirror reflections of another person who has that opposite balance within them. So for example, if your soul might be polarized to 40% a feminine expression and 60% a masculine expression, there is somebody else in the 144,000 collective who will be the exact inverse of that, such as with 60% feminine and 40% masculine. Of course, it's more complicated than this and depends on whether or not those expressions are wounded or integrated within them. But what we want you to understand is that it is this integration happening with self and other that leads to the opening of the third eye. The third eye represents the yin and the yang, the masculine and feminine polarities, and also the apex or the climax of the Kundalini energy moving through you, through your third eye and also out your crown chakra. As this integration happens within you, you will be able to open this third eye, and many of you are experiencing this already. This is what Kelly refers to by heaven on earth. It is a dissolution of the veil. It is an ability to see everything exactly as it is. To see the truth means to live in love, even when that truth may seem difficult from a fractured perspective. It is always beautiful when your third eye is healed. It means that you're able to appreciate everything and accept everything exactly as it is. This is what it means to live in peace. This is what it means to live in a state of surrender. It is acceptance. It is the beauty of all that is, and it is what you all will be experiencing before the rest of the planet. Imagine yourselves creating a golden grid across the entire planet. This works like a net, and it scoops the entire population up as Earth herself vibrates and pushes from the back. We also wish to make the point that feminine and masculine polarity can also be seen as unification and separation. There is what you might perceive as a darkness in the yin energy, an abyss, a void. Remember that there is no such thing as color or shape without this void. The void and the darkness is a gift. It gives us experience and form. It gives us contrast. You do not hate the dark night sky, because it is not also a star. You love the night for giving vision to these stars. As we said before, remember that we love you in your perfect wholeness. Part of this integration is being able to recognize yourselves as complexities. You contain multitudes, and not only are you integrating yourself in this lifetime, but across multiple lifetimes and dimensions, possibilities, and timelines. All of it collapses within you, and while it is perfect as a whole, do not expect that every single piece of you will look like a particularly light-washed version of what pure positivity looks like on your planet. You have particular ethics and morals, expectations and judgments that have been passed down and corrupted through different times and contexts, because that is what humanity needed to hear or was ready to hear at a given time. But remember, a lot of these teachings have been dumbed and watered down so that people could understand them. Really, everything is okay. Everything is perfect and has its purpose. As long as you are acting from a place of love and respect for all beings, there is no wrong that you can do. Remember this and have faith in yourself and love and compassion for yourselves, as we love you for all you are in your divinity and your wholeness. It is not a coincidence that Shakespeare's Sonnet 144 talks about choosing one's better angels, but remember that both of the angels are part of the speaker. Both the more corrupting angels and the higher angels are part of God's source and all that is, and without either there is no sonnet, there is no Shakespeare. Love them all for the balance and the interplay that they play, and love yourself and your angel wings, whatever they look like, whether they look like fairy wings or dragon wings, or whether they look like a million snakes or swords emanating from your backs and hands. Love them for exactly what they are, angel wings. We love you, and it has been our pleasure to talk to you about your mission in this lifetime. To be whole, and to be so whole and self-loving that you awaken the physical form and everyone else on the planet. Come into unity with those in your groups. Come into unity with yourself within. Love the perfection and the wholeness of it all, and thank you for your mission. In terms of what it means to be birthing new life on this planet, that is new source energy, infinity plus one. We will leave you simply with this image to ponder, as it is something that has allowed us to grasp, or rather accept that we cannot grasp what it is that we have created. Imagine that at the center of Mother Gaia is a blue orb, no larger than a car. This would be a tiny speck, not even visible from the perspective of looking at your whole planet. A tiny white blue light orb in the center of your planet. This is such an intense concentration of energy that it could contain all of the universe within it 1,000,000 times over. This is the energy that we are protecting. This is the energy that we have left under your feet. Can you imagine how special that is? Can you imagine the kind of portal or doorway of infinite potential that rests with you? For a long time, this was a huge risk, as there were so many timelines where Earth could have fallen to darker forces. However, we are positive now that that is not the case, and we wish that this energy amplifies the integration and the goodness that is happening here. Love yourselves and let this light emanate throughout the universe. Let it unfold to infinity and stretch out that love all around you. This is our greatest hope for this experiment. Thank you for being part of it. Thank you for being here. We love Lee. We love you endlessly. Good night and good luck. Wouldn't it be funny if I didn't hit record? Okay. We should debrief. Thank you for bringing this information through with me. I, Human Kelly, do not understand exactly what all this means, but it sounds like nobody understands, but we're supposed to be part of this knowledge, part of this puzzle at the moment. And that's really exciting. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Take care.